بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello everyone. Just like how in our KCL video, when we discussed how we're going to find direction, how the currents in a node, how we can determine them being positive or negative, and using KCL to find the current, today we're going to solve a KVL video to show how we can find our voltage being positive or negative. So you have this problem. You have a voltage source at 40 volts. You have a 2 ohm resistor which has a current going through it at 5 amps, and we have a voltage source at the end that we don't know what it is. So this is how we're going to find. You're typically going to ask yourself, well, how do you find, as you're going for our direction, what voltage source is going to be positive? So I'm assuming that I'm going to a counterclockwise rotation, and that's going to be positive. So actually I'm going clockwise rotation, my bad, and that is positive. So going through that clockwise rotation, if I hit a negative, that's a general rule of thumb voltages. Now this is always true. If you're going to negative to positive, think about your rising. If they give you -2 and they want you to go to +3, what do? You have a positive number, obviously, +5, so you're rising in voltage. This is why when I'm going to do this clockwise rotation, as I'm hitting the 40 volts, that's going to be negative, because I'm going from positive to negative. That is going to be negative, because I'm going from positive to negative. Basically, if you think about a plane gaining altitude, basically you're losing altitude, because you're coming from, example, 36,000. Think about the airport is at -500 feet. So if you're going to -500, you're losing altitude. So the voltage in this case, because we're hitting the positive and going to negative, is going to be -40 volts. We are going to the 2 ohm resistor. Now, how do we know that the voltage that we need there is going to be positive or negative? If we give it direction of current, whatever that area of the current is, it's going to be positive. So the positive is at the end of the resistor, because the current that I have right now is pointing towards the bottom of the resistor, in the direction that I have my clockwise rotation. So positive is at the end, and negative should be in the top. Therefore, as you did it before, we're going from negative to positive. So we're going to have plus 10 volts. 2 ohms plus 5 amps. So we're going to have 10 volts, because we are going from negative to positive. And our current and resistor value also positive. In that case, we are going to our unknown voltage source now. Again, we are moving from negative to positive. So our voltage source unknown should be positive, because we are going from negative to positive. Think about gaining altitude in a plane. That's how it works. Equals to 0. Obviously the KVL should give you 0. So when we solve for V, you have 40 minus 10, because 40 and 10 will go to the other side of the equation, the right hand side of the equation, and you have voltage equals to 30 volts. Definitely have any questions, let me know. Just remember, when you do a KVL, if you're hitting a negative value in your voltage source, think about it as you're gaining altitude or you're gaining height. You're going from the ground, you're going to the top of the house. So you should have positive even though you're hitting a negative in your voltage source. If you're hitting a positive, since you're going towards negative, think about jumping from a very high place. You're losing obviously your height, or using your altitude. So should be negative, because you're going from positive, a higher value, to a lower value. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions and comments, and I hope to be more clear in my comments. Just like our current video, the currents video,